Hello everybody, welcome again to my channel. Now I posted a video a few days ago talking about the reason why I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. And of course, one of my educated friend lambasted me in this comment under the video, and it reads thus: I thought there would be intelligent reasoning. Instead, we got a demonstration of rank ignorance. What a boy bright. No, if we were 1 inch closer to the sun, we would not burn up. Otherwise, people in Boulder, Colorado would all be dead. Do you even realize that Earth is 3 million miles closer to the sun right now than it is in June? Yeah, our distance to the sun literally varies by about 3 million miles through the year. Let me read all of it and I will address it. The compound water is about the most abundant molecule in the universe. Hydrogen is the most abundant and simplest element to form, after helium. The second most common element, there's oxygen. So the ubiquity of water isn't even surprising. And yet, the amount of atmospheric oxygen on Earth in the distant past was so low that humans and animals could not exist pre-2 billion years ago. It's almost as if you don't accept Big Bang because you have no understanding of science as your video patently illustrates. So let's start now. Number one, you say you thought I would be intelligent reasoning, Instead, we got a demonstration of rank ignorance. First of all, sir, why is it that you unbelievers must be so brash, and abrasive in your reasoning? Why can't you be, a little less, I should say a little less hostile? Why are you guys always so filled with hostilities towards people who are believers in God? So now, let me address the concern. You said I said if we were 1 inch closer to the sun, we'd burn up. If we were 1 inch closer, further away, we would freeze to death. And then you rebut that. And then you talk about the Earth is 3 million miles closer to the sun right now. And I can appreciate what you're saying, but listen to what I was really referring to. The Earth's tilt is really what I should have mentioned. It is 23.5 degrees axis. Okay, sir? This is what it looks like. That's the tilt right there. See? The angle. It always remains the same. That never changes. That is fixed. I don't know if it ever changing. It says if you stick a pencil directly through the Earth at the point of rotation, these 2 points are the north and south poles. Now if you twist your wrist at 23.5, this is the Earth's tilt. Earth tilt is essential in seasonal patterns, climate and life on the planet. So that's what I was referring, sir. I just, did a rough thing. And by the way, I won't tell you that I'm any scholar. I went to college, but all I got was a bachelor's degree in theology. So I didn't do the sciences. No, I'm not a scientist. But, sir, my question to you is, who is the one? Because you see, you're missing the big picture. Who is the one that intelligently organize and orchestrate and synchronize this whole process and operation? That is the big picture I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the little nitty-gritty details that you want to get into about science. Who put it there so you could study it as science then? It took the greatest scientist ever to put these things in place, the right place where they belong for us to function, for life to function on earth. This thing could not happen as a result of an explosion. Because if you take a bomb or take a grenade and take it somewhere, anywhere for that matter, and blow it up, come back and tell me, try it out today, go blow up something and tell me which order you get formed. Don't tell me about science. Science is there just to study the result of something that a great scientist did. So you guys just studying the result of a great scientist. You're not telling me how it got there. All right. So let me go on to the next point that you made. There's a point I want to address. I'm not even going to talk about the water. And the whole idea, what I mentioned, the water thing, was to say that, when you look up in the sky, you don't see water. But a great scientist, again, has so orchestrated this thing that when it comes together, it pours down water upon the earth. And water is life. You and I can't survive it. Who was so intelligent that that thing happens to be there and it does serve a purpose? Water serves a purpose, that is to the continuation of animal, plant, and human beings. Who put it there? Can an explosion be so intelligent to just take place and just organize these things out of the blues? Come on, where are you talking about reasoning and ignorance? You guys are the ones who are ignorant. Because it takes an intelligent person. I use the phone as an example. And I can use the computer. And I can use a radio. And I can use a television to say, if somebody was to tell you that it was an explosion that put the computer together, why we have it today, would you believe it? Or a television, or anything that works, even a rat trap, my friend. It takes an intelligent mind to put it together because all of it synchronized. A rat trap maybe have about 3 or 4 components. But it's an intelligent machinery, simple machinery. And it takes an intelligent mind to put it together. Our universe is well orchestrated. And it could not be the result of some explosion or some big bang. I find it so insulting to people's intelligence when people are going to tell you, oh, there was a big bang how much billions of years ago, that you cannot even prove. Most of you talk about billions, and that's the next thing I want to get to. It says, and yet, you say right here, and yet the amount of atmospheric oxygen on Earth in the distant past was so low that humans and animals could not exist pre-2 billion years ago. What the hell do you know about billions of years ago? And whenever you guys trying to make a point, you always come up with billions of years ago. How can you prove billions of years ago? It's all lie. It's all trash. It's all garbage, my friend, because you and I cannot prove anything beyond history. We cannot prove about anything about 2 billion years ago. And that's why you guys keep on saying about man changed from, man was in the form of some ape and gorilla and monkey and different stages and all that garbage that you all try to sow in the people's head, right? Why don't we see that happening today? And what can you use to prove that that is so? What do you see evolving and changing from one species to the other today? Show me where you see a child turn anything other apart from a human. Or show me where you see a monkey change from one species to another. You cannot prove 2 billion years ago. Because that's all you guys do, follow some kind of some unbelieving person who don't believe in God, and they tell you 2 billion years ago. What science can you use to prove anything happened 2 billion years ago? There's no history that proved 2 billion years ago. And somebody may manipulate some what the thing they call, I forget what they call, what they studied to talk about 2 billion years ago. I forget that it's slipping me. But that doesn't prove anything about 2 billion, that the earth is so old or anything happened 2 billion years ago. It's hard to prove that. But this is the deception that you guys use to deceive, to tell people about billions. And you know what is the inconsistency? So many of you, it depends on who you talk to. Some say millions, some say 2 billion, some say 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion, 50 billion. Which is it? Which is really it? Because every unbeliever and atheist and non-believers in God always talking about billions of years ago, and they all vary. So they are inconsistent. There's no conclusive evidence. Anyway, so it's almost as if you don't accept Big Bang because you have no understanding of science. I accept the Big Bang. But I accept that it is somebody named, whatever you want to call him, Supreme Being, God, whatever you want to call him. But there must be somebody who is responsible for putting all these things together and for making them synchronize in such a way that they are interlinked and interdependent. That, to me, suggests brilliance. It suggests intelligence. But where ignorance comes, when you're going to tell me that an explosion some even billion years ago formed the earth, and out of the earth came a slime, and out of the slime came a monkey, and out of the monkey came a gorilla, and out of the gorilla came a ape, and out of the ape came a human being. Listen, take your trash and your garbage elsewhere, my friend. I'm sorry. Because no explosion can result in order. Again, explosion result in chaos, not beauty, not order. And that's all I was trying to say in my video. So when you accuse me of ignorance, the fool says there is no God. You've got to be a fool to believe that all of these things just happen to come about, and it is as a result of nobody. It just intelligently form everything, and everything is so interdependent. Look here, sir. Don't start me up here. Don't start me up. I believe there is a supreme being, and I will hold that to my dying grave. Do I accept everything that the Bible says? No. If you look at some of my video, I even question the Bible. And I question some of the things that they talk about God in the Bible. But I do believe there's a God. So even though I question him, there's one fact have been established in my life and my brain. There is a God. Do I always accept what he does or believe what he does when I see how the world is running? I say sometimes it look like he lose control. I will question him. I will say all kind of thing. But one thing I won't say is that there is no God. I will ask, why doesn't he do something? Why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? And I will question him, but I will never say he does not exist, because you cannot tell me that nothing created everything, because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And it takes something or someone who we call the Supreme Being, who we call God, to put order and beauty together where we call the universe and planet Earth, and we have everything that we need because somebody was intelligent to put the science together so you guys can study it and call it science. You're just telling, once again, the result of what happens after somebody put the science into effect. Anyway, I don't want to repeat myself. So you guys take care. Thanks for your response nonetheless. Bye-bye.